The Vietnam War, a tale of struggle and many an errant swing. Picture this. It all begins under the unforgiving sun of French colonial rule, where our player, the Viet Minh, led by Ho Chi Minh, finds itself in a sticky bunker after the Japanese Rocky Tea shot of World War II. With their sights set on independence, they turned their chops toward the French, igniting the First Indochina War like a well-intentioned pro off the tee. After a gripping round of shots and counters, the 1954 Battle of Dien Bien Phu became a nail-biting playoff where the underdogs swept the long-hitting French right off their feet. This victory paved the way for the Geneva Accords, splitting our fairway at the 17th parallel. Picture it as a course hazard where North and South Vietnam faced off, each keeping their cards close to their chests. An ace had just been dealt. Lo and behold, the US strode onto the 18th hole in 1964 after the Gulf of Tonkin incident, feeling more confident than a player with a brand new driver. Before you could say four, President Johnson swung the infamous Tonkin Gulf Resolution, sending a wailing siren through the course, allowing military engagement, even if they were blindly chasing that elusive hole-in-one. The fairways of Vietnam became treacherous during Operation Rolling Thunder in 1965, with US forces swinging hard but finding the road to victory entangled with guerrilla tactics. Those pesky Viet Cong truly knew how to navigate the hazards, utilizing tunnel systems like seasoned pros, dodging high winds. Every drive seemed to veer away from the green. Then came the Tet Offensive in 1968, a sudden strike reminiscent of a shock tee shot that blindsided the entire gallery. It turned public opinion faster than a golfer improving his lie. Each community was stunned, and the US media exposure flipped the game on its head. Despite a victory on paper, the hearts and minds felt like they'd hit a water hazard instead. By 1973, peace talks wrapped up and US forces packed their bags, but much like a golfer not quite making the cut, the conflicts between North and South continued. No one was ready to settle. The culmination of struggles led to the fall of Saigon, a bittersweet hole-in-one for the North, and the end of a messy chapter filled with horrors too deep to count. In its wake, the Vietnam War reshaped nations like errant golf balls on a windy day. Casualties totaled in the millions, and the landscape bore scars both human and ecological, leaving a fog of Agent Orange reminiscent of a misty morning over a damp course. The legacy? A harsh lesson in the limits of power and the resilience of identity, much like an amateur golfer always trying to drive the green. Well, my dear friends, as we put the final ball into the cup of history, let's remember. The Vietnam War taught us that sometimes the best swings don't guarantee victory. Reflecting on this tumultuous round reminds us to be wary of hazards, both on the course and in the world. Do come back for our next whack at history, and remember, it's not the scorecard that matters, it's how you play the game.